walk right now.
Walter Anderson and his partner speeding away from the scene of a holdup.
Stop the car, man.
Man, what are you doing?
Stop the car!
When police finally pulled him over, they say Anderson pulled his gun while his partner made a run for it.
Where do you live, little girl? Show me.
Oh, please, please, oh, God.
Stop! What do you want? Don't do anything. Move. Get down on the floor. Now! Now, word. Blow your head off.
Police, open up! Did you see anything? Did you hear anything? No. Sure. Something right upstairs.
Please, open up. There was a guy with a gun that just ran through here. Did you see or hear anything?
Anderson didn't budge. Police say he held the family hostage for 5 hours while officers checked every door.
Anything?
Nothing. Let's go.
Police called off the search, thinking Anderson had already escaped. They say that he had won the waiting game, and he let the family go. Less than 3 weeks later, police moved in on a hideout where Anderson was holed up with his girlfriend.
Give it up, Anderson! You're surrounded! Give it up! Toss the guns out the window!
What are you doing?
I need protection, man.
Hey! I got a Uzi! I got the name! I'll kill you all! Come out now with your hands over your head!
No, man! I'll blow her away!
Release that girl immediately!
I'll kill all of you!
Let go of her! You're surrounded. You don't stand a chance, Anderson.
Next.
You're surrounded. You don't stand a chance.
Police say the standoff lasted 4 hours until Walter Anderson dropped his gun and surrendered to police. Anderson worked out a deal. He got a lot of different charges dropped by pleading guilty to 3 counts of bank robbery. Then the judge gave Anderson a break and sentenced him as a youthful offender, just 6 years behind bars. But Anderson got another break. A paperwork error let him walk out of prison.
Court, it's like, I just did 4.5 years, 5 years. Nah, I hang out for a little while. By the time they catch up to me, I need the rest.
Anderson showed up in Indianapolis, Indiana. He got charged with possession of cocaine under the alias Tony Romano. But Anderson knew how to play the system. By the time his fingerprints revealed his true identity, he'd paid his bond and disappeared.
I came back down to Atlanta upon my release. And after that, I went back down to Miami. From Miami, I went to the Philippines. I mean, I basically came up with credentials that left me to where I could leave the country whenever I want to. I obtained passports. At no particular time was I ever really bound to the States. Again, this federal system, as I stated before, this is college for criminals.
You've got a criminal as slippery as Anderson. You've got to use every trick in the book to capture him. That's why New York City police asked America's Most Wanted to profile him. And in August 1991, someone recognized him. That someone was a cop.
I leap forward, I look, I point, I say, that's him! That's him! I leap up and do a jig. I call my wife, I said, babe, babe! I run up the steps. I run back down. I'm looking, I'm saying, yes, that's him. That's him, babe.
David Turner was a police officer in El Cajon, California. He recognized Anderson as a suspect he'd met in a shooting investigation near San Diego a month earlier. Turner called the U.S. Marshals and started looking for Anderson again himself. But what Turner didn't know was that Anderson was less than an hour away. So close, but yet so far, because he had crossed the Mexican border and was hiding out in Tijuana. In Tijuana, Anderson kept a low profile. He blended in with the locals and avoided tourists. But he kept abreast of American news through television. And on August 30th, 1991, he saw himself on America's Most Wanted. Watching with him was his girlfriend.
And we saw it, and she said, well, what are you gonna do? So I started putting bags in the car. She said, what's the sense in keep running?
Anderson decided it was time to stop running. On Saturday, August 31st, he crossed the U.S. border to San Diego. Turner and the U.S. Marshals spotted Anderson's red Camaro. Anderson says he was expecting them.
I started walking out, and then they told me to get down on my hands and knees, don't move. I got down on my hands
I
and
had my
knees.
gun extended like this and saw him on the wall with a marshal next to him. I placed my hand on his left arm, at which time he immediately turned to me and smiled and said, Turner, I'm glad it's you.
Sadly, just 2 weeks after Officer David Turner arrested Anderson, he was killed in the line of duty. Losing a dedicated cop like Turner is everybody's loss. But one of his final arrests helped put a career criminal back behind bars where he belongs. Anderson was tried and convicted on numerous charges, including drug trafficking. He's now doing 60 years in a federal pen. That's probably the end of the line for the man who started out as a tough kid in big trouble. Anderson liked to blame his troubles on a lot of different people. Now that he's behind bars, he says he's finally ready to wise up.
For all you little kids that's running around out there thinking it's slick to sling drugs, thinking it's slick to carry pistols, this is where you wind up in the end. And it's not worth it.
When we come back, an eerie murder mystery rocks a small town in Big Sky country. Stay with us.
Next,